Yes, sir.
Welcome back, man. Welcome back again.
Welcome,
Another
y'all.
week.
Hmm.
It's always a beautiful thing when we can make it through another week, right?
That's right.
All right, guys. You guys know how I like to kick it off, man. In order to take accountability for what has passed and what will be, is no time like presently. So, for all of those with ears and mouths, can we have a moment of your time? We want to gain some perspective. Can we have a piece of your mind?
What's going on, y'all? What's
What's
up,
going
Frank?
on?
How you been,
Heck,
bro?
man, it's been a beautiful week, man. It's been a productive week, man. And
Yeah.
I don't want to take too long getting into it. So, where we starting? We start with me. We starting with you.
Yeah, pick it up, bro. Let's see what's going on. So what's the week was looking like for you? What'd you do? What'd you accomplish? What you tackle? What you challenge?
Okay, so last week, the week that just passed, it's been a very productive week. I focused a lot on affirmations, affirming words during the
Okay.
week. So I was, for personal learning, that's what I
Mhm.
was focused on, is things centered around affirmation and learning from people who teach about affirming words and stuff like
Mhm.
that. Um, on the business standpoint, um, on the handyman end, it's still a lot of the me trying to learn how to optimize properly and re-looking at my page and revisiting my page to see if if it looks okay, you know what I mean? If it's checking off, if it checks off well. And
Mhm.
then I also finally handled like getting a booking app together to add to my page.
Yep.
I added one of those well, it's not called Linktree, mine is called Milkshake, but it's like
Hey, the
I
milkshake.
added a link
It
on
brings them to
my
the yard.
Instagram. Yeah. So I got that. I got through that. There's still, of course, a lot of things I want to do. I actually want to start optimizing my personal page so that
Mhm.
way it can lead people to the because clearly I'm involved in a lot of things now. I got Piece of Your Mind podcast, Frank Tooley, Handyman. I already told you I want to start doing my spoken word, so I want them all to
Yep.
have their
Yep.
little section, some little highlights at the top to kind of just show you the different parts of Frankie Francis. All right, keep
I
it a little
love it.
organized.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, it's been a beautiful week. I felt good all week. Other than that, that's all I could really say is I felt good waking up. I felt good going to bed. Like, it's just been a beautiful week, man. I have
That's good.
nothing to complain about, man.
Oh yeah,
You
bro. I
know,
like that. I like.
affirming words, man. Life
Yeah,
is good.
I want to touch
Life,
on that.
yeah. Life is good, right? Life is good, and every day and in every way is getting better and better.
Hmm.
Tell yourself that every day, multiple times. That's what I heard.
I like
You
that.
are creators. At You Are Creators. Instagram.
That's what's up. Because yo, we are what we believe, right? So when we have that right mindset, man, we can achieve that thing, man. We can absolutely get that. And that thing you shared, y'all. Frankie shared with me something this week called the Master Key, and it's a docu series. It's a gentleman talking about a whole lot of things that
Napoleon
just
Hill.
really, yeah, Napoleon Hill, y'all, and it really fits, man. And there was talk of that. You gotta believe it. You gotta kind of manifest that mentally to be able to obtain it in the physicality, so you got to work for it. But I want to go back to the affirmation. Frank, you said you was practicing the affirmations, you was thinking about it. Now there's always two sides to a coin, right, bro? So when you talk affirmations, you talk about, were you the one giving affirmations, or were you doing better receiving those affirmations?
Um, so I like to make my own affirmations, but I definitely like to model after other people's.
Mm-hmm.
I just, I kind of feel like it's gonna. It could just be me, but I feel like that affirming words um matter more or affect more when it's your
Mm-hmm.
own words. When you're speaking it through, like, from yourself, from your own head, like the things you want for yourself. Listening to other people's affirmations, I'm pretty sure does the same thing. But for me, it's like, I want to get accustomed and used to, like, listening to myself when my best self is giving a directive. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right, right.
we're human beings, man. We're not always in our best energy. You know what I mean? I I can tell you about a Frankie who's nonstop a mover and a shaker, and I can tell you about a Frankie that just likes to like, yo, turn the TV on, man, leave me alone. I'm gonna go play my game, leave me alone. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I definitely try to take it, learn, hear it from others. I try to take it and then twist it up to make it my own. And I actually like to record.
Yeah.
The record feature on the phone. I actually like to record myself doing my affirmations, and then re-listening to it
I like
as
that.
well.
I like
So
that. Yeah,
yeah,
my boss, um, lovely lady, man. She practiced that thing too. And she put it on a recording and kind of played it back for her at one point. And she was like, it was this thing that just kind of, it was different. It felt different, but it was cool to just hear that, someone was willing to even do that. So to hear you say that you do that too, that's kind of cool, man. I like that because a lot of us, we're always in our heads, man. So how often do we escape our heads and put it out there for us to hear it back, kind of thing? Because you hear the voice in your head, you know what I'm saying? But it's a whole different thing when you speak it out and listen to it again. It's just a different vibe, and I kind of like that. That's kind of cool.
yeah,
Uh,
it's really deep, and I don't really like to go too deep on a subject that I
mm.
can't like complain. Explain, complain, explain without like how can I say it, messing your mind up even deeper.
Yeah.
But it makes a lot of sense. Like even if we took it mathematically, right?
Mm.
A lot of times throughout a day, throughout our lives, we become who we are, right? And when we become who we are, where it's usually hard for us to come out of that box we put ourselves in, because it's safe in this
Yeah.
box. We know what to expect in this box. You know what I mean? And subconsciously, your mind wants to keep you safe too, right? The ego wants to keep you safe, however you want to word it. It wants to keep
Mm.
you safe too. And to the ego, keeping you safe is keeping you inside that box,
Mm.
not letting you come out that comfort zone. Because again, you know what to expect there.
Yep.
But so in order to do that, the mind will tell you, you try to come up with, I don't know, something you're dreaming of, and you wanna move on it. The mind gonna tell you like, don't do that. It's much easier to just sit down and relax. Don't do
Right.
that. You don't know what to expect. They're gonna nobody's gonna want to listen to you. Nobody's gonna, you know what I mean. They're gonna laugh at you. Whatever. Like the ego will start to discourage you from wanting to come outside of that box.
Yeah.
And what affirming words is, mind you, is affirming words are positive words. So these are positive words you're trying to put in, you're trying to force in against those negative words you've been hearing.
Mm.
You hear yourself. I'm telling yourself. So it's a long grind, because again, you're gonna hear yourself tell you can't like 300 times. And on the other end of it, you're trying to tell yourself once a day, once a week, yeah, no, I can. But if you
Mm.
do the math, you're still a long way. If you're still hearing it 300 times, you're still a long way to getting over that hump. So ultimately the goal is to either is both to get the number of the I can'ts down, and
Mm.
get up the I cans past the downs. You know what I mean? Once you
Right.
hit that point, you become a believer. You start to believe in yourself more, man.
And
And then
that's what it takes to be affirmative, to be, someone that can really speak an affirmation out there. You got to believe it, man.
you gotta believe
Because
it. Yeah,
if you don't believe it, it's words that just they float away, kind of shit, right?
yeah,
I like that, bro.
yeah.
That's what's up. That's a good way
Oh,
to
and
put
you
that.
know what, Hector? I remember you bringing up a good point during Thankful Thursday.
Mm.
Affirmation, like words of like affirmations aren't only words. I mean,
Mm.
yes, talk to yourself, but it's also action. It's
Yeah.
also action. Like the things that your body, that your mind's telling you can't do, go and do it.
Mm-hmm.
Go and do it several times. You know what I mean?
Oh
Because
yeah.
what starts to happen is the mind that tells you can't, that starts to become a believer when it sees that you're getting through it, you're doing it, you're making it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep.
You build
Nah,
yourself up into that believer.
I believe it because I'm not one so much for the words. Um, because I've struggled so long using less than pleasant words with myself. So I had to recently kind of come over that, get over that, work through that. And I find myself now, like, affirmation for me is action, an actionable affirmation. So I'm giving myself something small to do. I'm going to make sure I tell my lady and my son I love them every single day. Making sure I get up on my phone, and instead of doom scrolling through Facebook and Instagram and all that bullshit, I downloaded an app called Duolingo, and it teaches you other languages. Frankie, I've been doing Duolingo, bro, for over 1,200 days consecutively, every single day
Oh
for
yeah,
over 3 years, every single day. 5 to 10 minutes every day I've been putting in practice, bro. And that's affirmative action for me, because now
affirmative action.
I can tell me I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? And you know who's gonna stop me? Me.
Yeah,
I'm not about to get in my way of that, because that's a good habit. I've been able to do it so consistently that it becomes a good habit. My brain knows, oh, I haven't done my lessons yet today. I need to do my lessons. So like it's embedded in here now, and that shit feels good because it gives me purpose to chase something that is worthwhile. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting on a video game. I'm not throwing 2 or 3 hours away at Netflix on something. Like, nah, man, I'm sitting here actually taking a few minutes out of my day every day, learning and doing that for me. You know what I'm saying? And it's a good feeling, bro. So
yeah,
just a message to you, to everybody out there, bro. Like, yeah, be nice with your words, be kind, be impeccable with your words. That's one of the four agreements, is to be impeccable with your word. But take small actions, and again, that kind of like what we was talking about a couple weeks ago with small goal, or short term goals rather. You got to take these little things that you can consistently stay on top of, and if you continue to do them every day, it becomes a habit. That habit, it'll be something that benefits you in the long run. And so yeah, that action through that affirmative action, in a way that I am affirming me through small actions. And
yeah,
that's another way to kind of love yourself and love other people. You do for other people too. You can take that and make sure every day, you roll over and you give your partner a kiss and kind of start their morning off really good. You know what I'm saying? Or have breakfast ready, or things like that, little things like that. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
All right.
um
You know what, Hector? I also want to get into your week, man. What's your week been
oh
looking
yeah.
like, man? See you with that
So
smile over there today, man.
yeah, man, my week has actually been really cool, man. It's cool how this is working, man, with this podcast, y'all, and being here with my brother, my accountability partner. No lie, when we recorded episode 3, y'all, I had a conversation with Frank and our little brother Brian. And man, that conversation just finally just turned the lock, man, opened it wide up, because I've been practicing with AI for a little bit, but I was never like, like just in the right frame of mind where I was considering going down that rabbit hole and just letting it happen. And after that conversation, I said, why the hell not? Why not? What's, what's it gonna do? It ain't gonna hold me back. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Nah.
holding me back. So I went and did a thing, and I signed up for a subscription, and I got some of that artwork thing kind of working for me, and so I've started utilizing it. I've already put it into a personal project kind of thing. Um, with my book, yeah, I wrote another short story, man. I wrote another little one. Um,
Hey, Hector moving
yeah,
over there, man.
doing moves, man. So if it's not the podcast, I'm moving on my personal, and I love it, man. I love how I'm able to kind of switch that back and forth, because it feels good to be productive. You know what I mean? And
so
productive in the right way.
so I think I recall you telling me. So it was more so like, okay, you and my brother did you and my brother had to talk on the podcast, but it wasn't
Mm,
until we started like cutting up the clips, and then
yep.
you re-seen one of those parts. It was
Yeah.
like you got the and it now is let me tell you something dope about doing this podcast, right? It's not often you get to see yourself talk. It's not often you get to see yourself on a screen, right? So now when we're breaking up clips and now when we're breaking down the video clips and watching again, like right now I'm having this conversation with Hector, but I'm having the conversation. I'm not seeing myself have the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having the conversation. You know what I mean? But then when I go back and watch the video, now it's like I get to see my own body language. I get to see the conversation. Like it's no longer me having a conversation, talking to one person. It's me watching two people have a conversation.
Yeah,
You get what
that's
I'm
a good
saying?
way to put that, bro. That's a really good way to put that. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's actually something dope that's been happening since we started this podcast. So that was the moment Hector was telling me about he had. And he said when he was rewatching the conversation between him and my brother, something just clicked, and he went and made some moves, man. That's a beautiful thing.
Yep.
A
And that's
beautiful
the thing,
thing.
bro. We've really been practicing that right here, right now, kind of shit. And that's what it
That's
was.
the only
You know,
time we got, bro.
that's all we got.
That's the
Exactly.
only
So
time we
yo,
got here and now, man.
I got you on one shoulder, you know what I'm saying? Like telling me like right here, right now, and then I got me on the other shoulder thinking, yo, I could do this. Like this is that consistency thing. And if I stick with it, I'm gonna do it. So I got these two good voices on my shoulder, bro. And then like Frankie said, y'all, rewatching that conversation with our little brother Bryant, man, that it set me up perfect. And I was like, I'm doing it. Like literally 11 p.m. at night. I pulled out the card, typing in the security code. I'm like, I'm doing it right now. I'm not waiting until the morning. I'm doing it right now. Everybody getting ready to go to sleep. Like this is happening, man. And I felt good to do that shit, man. And I don't regret it. And I'm not gonna allow myself to regret that because yo, we all owe it to ourselves to take those things we want and what we need to better our lives. You know, we're in this for betterment, y'all. For us, for you. So just do it. Just do it. There ain't no stopping
Just
that.
do it. Hey,
So,
you want to hear something else beautiful before I'm sorry. You want to hear something else beautiful before you continue, man? It was funny, right? Because Brian was like against the whole AI thing as soon as he heard about it. Like I don't even think Brian like really looked into it. And I
hmm.
was like, yo, B, what you think about this? I was excited, bro. Like I was like, yo, B, what you think about this AI thing? Like, and he was like, man, nah, man, that junk is, whatever. That's for the birds, like, whatever, whatever. I'm like, nah, B, you need to check this out, bro. Like, did you see what it can do? And
Hmm.
I started explaining to him like some of the things that I seen these different things can do. Like, like the one you already know about the one we like, the video dot
Yep.
AI.
Yep.
That's VIDYO. Video dot AI. And what it does is take long form content like this one right here.
Hmm.
We shoot an hour long video, and the AI thing, the AI takes the video, the whole video, and it chops it up into like 30 clips.
Hmm.
But it catches the highlights of the conversation. It puts a title on it for you. That junk takes out all this middle work.
Yep.
It
Yep.
takes out all of this middle work. And it's supposed to help streamline getting you to whatever you're trying to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? So after I told Brian about that, and then I had him go like investigate it for himself. Like watching him on here talk to you and seeing him smiling and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, Brian, Brian feeling
Yeah.
that AI for real, man.
Yo,
He understands
it's
it
cool.
now.
Exact. That's what it is, yo. We usually often fear what we don't understand, man. So when we take a moment to go and do that research and we realize, yo, this actually has a lot of benefits more than the cons. Like, you're allowed to give yourself that pro and con list, to weigh out the options. I didn't have any cons, bro. It cost me a little bit of money, cost me a few hours at work.
I could
That's
think of a
it.
lot of dollars I wasted, bro,
Yo,
on food I shouldn't have been
your
eating. Okay.
food, bro. I'm the worst.
It's
The
always food.
worst.
It's always
Always
food with me,
food,
man.
always. But so yeah, on top of that, just kind of my own personal thing getting going with the AI, with my own inner drive. My brother's kind of helping set me up with that conversation, and then that just wanting to achieve and do more for me. Um, Man, the week was good. I was able to take my lady out for date night on Wednesday. Um, and we got down to a place that was able to kind of inspire her too, which was, man, that's everything, bro. When your partner is inspired, you are inspired. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like when my accountability partner is inspired, y'all, I'm inspired. And then when my lady is, y'all, I'm on fire right now, man. It feels good to feel good, y'all. I keep saying that. I mean that. And so my lady and I, we went down to downtown Denver. You know, we had a little night out. We had some drinks, a little thing we was doing, just kind of having some fun. And we got down to this place. Which shout out to them because, like I said, I was telling you, Frank, I got to meet the owner and the art director, and it's a couple of cool dudes, man. It's a cool little spot down there in downtown Denver, off like Santa Fe, and it's called Ink and Drink. So
Ink and
basically,
drink.
just it's a spot where you could screen print your own T-shirt. You could pick the color, you could pick the art you want to put up on there, and then have a drink. And they got some real chill music going on in the back. Some of that lo-fi shit happening. Some low key hip hop. Like, it's dope. It's a little cool spot, man.
Yeah.
And so I got to, like I said, I got to chill with the owner Josh for a little bit, and his art director Galen, and we kind of got to talking a little bit. And Kate and I were just talking to him about just shop. We was just talking shop, like what we do for a living, what they do, how they got started, kind of shit. And it was just cool, man, to feed off of that energy. Because when people are willing to give that energy back, like, you should match it, man. That's that progressive energy. That's that kind of shit that we all need in this life. We should seek that. And so we were able to do that. It was just a date, but we were able to kind of get that going, man. And it just felt good. So Kate, her brain lit up, man. And Kate's dream is to be a business owner one day, man. And let me tell you, that very same night, bro, like, she was running through ideas about setting up the business plan, making sure we go through the LLC information. Like, it was cool, man. It was real fucking inspiring to see my lady, like, get back into it. And that kind of inspired me too. And then so, the very next day I wrote my short story, and I'm like, shit, like, this is I just love how it works out, man. It's like that domino effect. Something happens,
Yeah.
something else happens, and it's just cool. And real quick before I get too far and forget, I just kind of want to show the design because when I was talking to these the owner and the art director, I was telling them, I got a podcast with my brother here. And the reason I chose this shirt and this color, because y'all can see the color, you know what I mean? It's that kind of the color we were aiming for with the podcast, kind of the main color for it. But then we constantly talk about peace of your mind, y'all. A piece of your mind, you know what I'm saying? And
Piece of
and
your
and
mind.
yo, so I got, listen, y'all, look, let's check this shit out, okay? We out here. Got that kind of got that brain thing going, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it's so the artist on here is, I think his name is Grandpa Brain, which is pretty funny
Grandpa
to me.
brain.
And then somewhere in here, where is it at? It's over here, I think. Down here. I think that should say motherfucker, I'm ill. Like,
Shout
shout out to Lil Wayne, bro. Top
out
five.
no way.
Yeah, top five greatest, bro. Love him. But yeah, man, like, it's cool, just kind of having that energy, bro. And then it be matched, and then you have some inspiration to come from it. So yeah, my week, it's been a good week, man. It's been real good, and I don't know, man. I'm just happy with it now. This energy, yo. Just keep in mind, y'all. It fluctuates. Some weeks are gonna be real high. Some weeks are gonna be nothing. You ain't gonna have none,
Hey,
and that's
keep up them
okay.
affirmations, man. That might become false too.
That might change. Hell yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Because it's all about perspective, right? Like, how you
Yeah,
actually want to perceive it. So, good weeks, bad weeks, keep your head up, y'all. Because, man, this energy is out there for us. We just got to be looking for it. But
yeah. I think I
yeah.
remember. I think I remember hearing an affirmation that was something like, "There's no such thing as a bad day. It's only good days and then trying days or something like that,
Mm,
or just days where you have to problem solve more than you would on a typical day, kind of thing. Like,
okay,
so, um, or what they call them, growth days,
I
something
like
like
that.
that."
Yeah.
Something like that. I can't remember that one too well. Actually,
Okay.
you just reminded me, bro. So, I've been learning some exciting things throughout the week, on the business standpoint as well, right?
Mm,
So, I don't know how many of you guys got to like ever, see us on our social medias when we make the little video clips. The first week or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, the videos were pretty much cut and dry. We chop it up and then we put it out on social media.
That
But I
raw
actually got
footage.
to play with it this week, and I got to add some stickers and some background music, and yeah, it's been kind of fun. Um, oh, let me share with you guys a strategy I was thinking about too. Right, so um social media, growing on social media, growing period, it's about consistency, right? And just doing things consistently, and getting people to get used to seeing your logo or your brand colors, or just something that really goes back to you, right? So last week when I was playing with some of those videos I was editing, I remember sharing with you guys that, like, one of the things I was doing to optimize my page was fixing up my profile pictures, which I'm not really used to taking pictures, but I end up taking like 100 shots. So on one of the little videos, I actually showed like 12, 13 of the shots I took, and some of them look really silly. And I was thinking, like, yo, you know what? As a strategy, I should start just like using some of my silly faces or whatever face makes sense for the little video clips he make, and just keep that up, because hey, if people do happen upon my content and they always seeing my face, after a while I'm like, yo, isn't where do I know this guy from? Isn't he like a meme or
Right.
something? Like, the whole
I
strategy,
like it.
right?
I like it.
Possibilities, man, possibilities.
For real. And you know what, Frank? That's a big deal, bro. That's a move. I think, personally, because we talk about that a lot, that success and what that looks like. Um, I think y'all are all witnessing it right now, man. You're listening to this gentleman speak on ways to kind of be vulnerable and kind of show himself, because in the business he's in, he's got to do that. He's got to really kind of put himself out there. And I mean, every business has to do that in some manner. But it's a little different when you're really hands on, because, I've been telling Frank, and I believe this to be true. If I um, am seeking out a service much like Frankie's, I do want to be more comfortable with knowing who I'm dealing with, kind of thing. And so Frankie understands that, and he's doing that, and he's applying it, and he's having a hell of a lot of fun doing it. Y'all, from my point of view, I'm watching this shit and I laugh hard every time I see these videos, every time I see this effort. It's just cool shit, man. It's so fun to watch how the videos started off just real raw, real dry, just cut, paste kind of shit. Now there's a little more life, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, getting to see how it started, how it's going is fun, man. It's a lot of fun to watch that shit. And it's, cause I'm right there behind the scenes with the progress. So as he's making these strides forward, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta keep up. He's like doing some good stuff with the videos, and I want to make sure that the burden is not all on his shoulders. So I gotta learn how to do this too. And then what I'm learning, I'm like, this is kind of fun actually. I can
Hey,
see I
let
can
me
see how this
just go ahead
content
and
shit.
take that burden off your shoulder and let you know, Hector, man. I feel like we've been doing a bang up job teaming up
Mm,
together.
yeah.
Me and you both have, like, we have two different perspectives here, guys. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? And Hector, I'm actually learning, one of the things I'm learning about my friend as we're growing on this podcast, is he's an analytics guy. Like, it's nothing for him to jump on and look at the numbers. That gives him an excitement that I would probably, I don't want to say ignore, but I get easily distracted. So you know what I'm saying?
Yep, yep.
So it's great to have him too. You know what I mean? It's great to have him for all that he do. We've been working together. He's been getting the videos ready for me to chop up. Um, yo, I just found out we could collaborate on Instagram. Hey guys, I'm not a social media guy, okay? So if I
We
don't know how
we
many of you guys already knew that,
we learning.
and Frankie's behind he's way behind, but I'm catching up now, man.
We
I'm
oh
ready.
yeah, and yo, with big strides too, bro. Big strides. Cause yo, this is when we drop this episode, this will be number 5, right? And
Yeah,
oh, that hey, I
you made it
respect the
past the month, bro.
consistency. A month, yeah, we did that, bro, and we did it consistently, and we've had a lot of fun doing it. I've been able to connect with you, bro, like just on levels that are healthy for me, man. I've needed that my whole life, to be honest. And I'm just real fortunate, you know what I'm saying? I find myself in a fortunate place, to have a professional career with what I do with my 9 to 5 be as good as it is. My personal life with my lady, and then my personal friendships too. Fatherhood is going well. Like, yo, it just again, feels good to feel good. So yo, attract good people to y'all circle, man. Get you a Frankie out there, because you get you a
Get
Frankie, you
y'all
go
active,
y'all
man.
you gonna go somewhere good. Y'all, I promise y'all that. So I appreciate the kind words though, Frank. For we both, yeah, we've been hustling, man. We've been putting in that work, and it's cool because you're able to apply what you're learning here from the podcast, from Peace of Your Mind, and able to apply that to Frank Tooley, and really well too. That shit is fun to see that professional side be mixed in with the man that I know that my whole life, and then with my personal shit going. I've been able to kind of put that into practice every day. The things I say, the things I do, and then achieve those small goals and put that in plan for my dream. Making sure that I get my short stories and all that good stuff kind of get going. That feels good to be able to take what I'm learning here and apply that there. Because I'm getting a plethora of knowledge, man, between the AI, between different strategies, different perspectives to look at something. It just it's cool to have that. So for real, get y'all accountability partner, man, because
Hey,
it's
we're your
necessary.
podcast accountability partners. Y'all keep that in mind too, man.
Yeah, hell yeah. So make sure y'all listening out there. Subscribe, like, follow, all that good stuff, man, and just show us some love and support because we
Hey,
want to keep doing this.
another thing I just found out about my friend, man, is he planned some little gatherings before with groups of friends, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he's done that before, and that's actually something we want to grow into as a podcast too. Is like really build up a community that we could communicate. We communicate with all year, and then we're gonna have a bash on a boat or something. We all gonna
Hey,
link up there. We gonna y'all gonna be it's gonna be full of good vibes. Okay,
yep,
only
I'm
people
with
coming
that.
is the people from the podcast. It's gonna be full of vibes. All right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna jump into it, Frank, because you was talking about like the numbers, the analytics, and all that.
We going into the numbers. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. So yo, big shout out to all of our fans out there, all us followers, all the subscribers, all our supporters, man, family, friends, and those of you who aren't, man, we really appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
We posted out a couple weeks ago now the logo video. And we've been able to go ahead and get some feedback, man. And it's cool to see the numbers kind of grow on that. That again, Frankie said, I'm the numbers guy, and I do like seeing the numbers, man, because the numbers to me, um, at least right now, they are this thing that kind of helps me measure, what we're doing is actually out there, kind of thing. It's
Yeah.
not just falling into the rabbit hole of the internet. Some of y'all are actually picking it up, man, and a lot of y'all have given us feedback, man. We appreciate that so much,
Appreciate
man.
it.
It's so
1,000.
cool to hear that. Like, I had my boss, she took some time out of her day, very busy lady, to listen and give me some critique and some feedback, man. She loves it. I'm so thankful for that. I had another coworker do the same. I've had family and friends reach out and tell us what's up, man. It just is cool. So thank you all so much for
Yes,
that. Um,
I agree,
but
man.
yo, the logos, Frank. I mean, we got 19 votes, which I was expecting like 4, 5. So to get 19 is cool, man. So
Hey,
um,
Hector, man. If we never would have started this 5 weeks ago, bro, you know how many votes we would have right now? All right, 19's a
0,
big thing. 19's
big
a
thing.
big thing. You know what I'm
Hell
saying?
yeah, hell yeah. And so I'm very happy and humble to have any feedback at all. 19, that's a lot more than we expected. So thank you all for real.
Yes.
Um, But we got one logo that's kind of whooping all the other logos' asses, y'all. I won't even lie, man. It's looking pretty mean out there. But we're looking at last week, if you guys or not last week, sorry, but the week prior, if you guys remember, we had 3 options. So we had A, B, and C, um, and all of them, I like them all. There's elements to all of them I love, but you all out there particularly like one more, and that's option C, coming in with 13 out of the 19 votes. So option C is,
Right
is
now,
handling it.
yeah, right now, see what it's looking like. But you know what, heck, man, I want to slow this down just a little bit, right?
Yeah, yeah. Tell
All
them.
right, so now let me be forward. I remember mentioning wanting to boost it. We didn't
Mm-hmm.
boost it.
But didn't do that.
Um, I actually wanted to like make the choice and just pick a logo for this week, but now I want to push it back another week because now I have a numbers guy with me. We got a chance to play with some numbers, right?
Hmm.
So we were able to get some feedback. We were able to get some people to look and make a choice on the multiple choice thing. But that was in the reach that we currently have so far, no boost. Now I want to see we're at 19 votes for this week, no boost. I want to see how much. I want to see if it doubles the next week. You know what I mean? With a boost, I want to see if it. I want to see how much bigger, how much. How can I put it? How much of a difference does boosting a post do than not boosting a post, especially
Right.
for a fresh podcast.
Hmm.
So we're gonna learn something again next week, guys. We're gonna have some more
Yeah.
numbers for you on that aspect because that's what we're
Yep.
gonna do.
Yeah, and
Oh
it's a test. It's a test to just see what happens. Like,
yeah,
so stay tuned.
exactly. Oh, and just on the record, real quick. So last week I also mentioned getting started on Apple Music. I would like to say that, guys, we
Yeah.
are on Apple Music now, so you
Yep.
can
This
find us there.
that man
We
hooked it up, y'all. We're on
Yeah,
there.
we're on YouTube. If you guys want to watch a whole video as well, we're on
Yep.
YouTube. You can find us there.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know, Instagram, piece of your mind. TikTok, piece of your mind. Facebook, piece of your mind. Follow us, like, subscribe.
Yep.
All the support, any support you guys give is a blessing. You know what I
It
mean?
really is.
Watching it is a blessing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
And
we,
for those of y'all that are not only watching it but willing to talk to us about it, oh man, we want that. Please, if you got it in you to tell us what's up, man, some critique, or you just want to share a piece of your mind with us, and just maybe ask us a question. That'd be dope to be asked a question. And then Frankie and I come up here and we chop it up, and that'd be really cool to do. So I'm hoping that any of y'all out there that's willing. We talk about that willingness a lot. So I'm asking y'all a call to action, willingness, challenge us, ask us for a piece of our mind. So,
right,
we can present
word,
that. That'd be cool, man. That'd be real cool.
and to be an exchange, man. We'll be trading it off.
That's
So
it.
more on the numbers, right, Hector? So
Mm-hmm.
I know I also remember bigging up all of the one followers we had in our TikTok that now moved up to 4 followers, man.
Or I'm
That's
with it.
right. Shout out to all 4 of you guys.
Yep. Big shout
Um,
out.
we just started our piece of your mind Instagram 5 weeks ago or so,
Mm-hmm.
and we're up to 24 followers on there.
Yep.
Shout
Yep.
out to all of those
All of
followers.
y'all. All of
I've
y'all.
been
Thank you so
noticing. I've been
much.
noticing. I've been getting more followers on my own page. I'm not too sure why. I don't know if it's for Peace of Your Mind. I don't know if it's for Frank Tooley. I mean, I'm doing a lot, but shout out to you
Yeah.
guys too,
Oh
everybody.
yeah.
Um,
And
what's the numbers? What's the numbers on Spotify, man?
oh yeah, Spotify numbers have been pretty cool, man. So check this out, y'all. Spotify. Um we got 7 followers on Spotify. So that's real cool. Because again, 5 weeks ago we was at 0. So you know what I mean? And then all-time video plays we're up in the 60s. The video has been for over a minute or more, has been looked at 60 different times. And just this past episode, well, we're doing a little time hop here, y'all. So episode 3 was up to like 15. So that's cool, man. 15
Up.
people watched us talk for an hour. And 4 of the votes for the logo came from Spotify directly. So that's so like I'm loving that energy and that vibe,
Yeah,
y'all. You got all of y'all out there just so fucking cool, man. Thank you. Like that's cool. So yeah, Spotify has been seeing some number growth, and I like that too, because that's kind of where we started with Spotify. That's where this all kind of jumped into, and so to see that trying to constantly gain some traction there, it's inspiring. It's like we said, y'all. We want to keep doing this, and so I don't want to be that guy that only bases everything off the numbers, but the numbers, seeing it, numbers don't lie, man. They kind of help us out and let us know, okay, we're reaching this age group, we're talking to this many people.
event.
So
Yeah,
it's appreciative
yeah.
of all of
I
you
can't.
guys just taking that time to spend with us.
Yeah, I can't wait to. I actually can't wait to have enough numbers to look back on it. Like, all right, who's been actually tuned in? Who's been,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? I know we're trying to be for everybody, man. But I know they always say another good marketing strategy is to be niched. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Target your target audience
Yep.
for anybody want to anybody learning about marketing. Like that's just a little tip for you.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So
so
I want
upcoming,
to share
right?
this one. I want to share this one thing before we jump into that. You know, when I was in college, and I told you about this, Frank. When I was in college, I had an internship, and will never forget the words this gentleman told me. But yo, repetition breeds recognition. So you know, we talk about the marketing, we talk about consistency. Yo, you stick with that thing, y'all, and people will love you for it. They will notice you, they will love you for it. So stay true to that. And I have plenty of examples in my life that I can attest to that. Absolutely. So for all y'all out there, if you got that one thing, man, stick with that one thing and ride with it, because you owe it to you to do that. And there's some success that'll come from that for sure.
Yeah. Um. So upcoming, right? Last week we had was that last week? We keep getting the numbers wrong, but I had my brother. We had my brother come on to
Mm.
talk to Hector. We actually have another person from this. I guess you want to call it. We want to call it a mastermind group. Our Thankful Thursday.
Yep,
She's
yep.
getting ready to start her podcast, and she kind of been seeing us doing our little thing here, and she wants to maybe come pull some tips eventually. So I actually think it would be a good idea to just I mean, she could join us post production, pre production, but why not join us in the video?
During.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So
Oh yeah.
um, we're gonna have a guest coming hopefully very soon.
Mm.
We never nailed down a day. Maybe I should have talked to her first before I announced this.
Hey, don't put her on the spot, bro. She in here now, man.
We about to be her accountability partner too, and that's what it is.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes, man, you gotta put a little
Yep.
heat under them they ass,
That's
man.
it.
Light
That's
it up,
it.
make them get out that seat.
Yep. That's
Um,
right.
but yeah, I'm actually excited about that. And was there anything else I wanted to talk about upcoming? Oh, besides the boost, man, I really want to look forward to doing this boost and finding out what those numbers do. And with these more engaging, especially with these more engaging videos we've been creating. So I'm looking forward to that. You got anything, Hank?
No, I think I really think that just kind of maintaining again that consistency. I'm gonna be real repetitive with it. I'll just kind of doing that and just kind of seeking and being open minded to it all. Anything that comes along that'll kind of help us grow, kind of help us add more to the flavor. I know we talked about, Frank, like having segments in the podcast. We talked that about a bunch of times. And there's some ideas that I think we should chop up just to kind of help diversify, the content on here while still having that overall message we're delivering. Um, and that we'll see how that goes. That's something we want. So again, another call to action, if there's something specific you're curious about, you want to hear about, be it personal with Frankie and I, be it something that you just want to kind of have somebody else talk about it so you can kind of gain some perspective. Throw it out there. Let us know. Put it out on Instagram, on Facebook, wherever you get your podcast. Be it Apple or Spotify, wherever you hear this message, just shoot a text message, give us a phone call if y'all know us personally. What's up? Like, just let us know if there's something you want to hear. We want to talk about those kinds of things, and so that'll be maybe a segment that we're coming up with at some point. Woo! And so, yeah.
Uh, talk to me in like 15 minutes, baby boy. All right, here you go. Bust my ass, man.
Yeah, that was cool catch though, man. Yeah, so you was talking
like a
about that
like a
last week,
cat
Frank.
out here, bro.
We was talking about that with like kind of being physical, and you was talking about bringing your boys out to do that with you and shit, and that Yo, that shows it right there. If y'all saw that, if y'all watching this on YouTube or watching it through Spotify, man, that cat like reflexes, boy. That shit was that was pretty cool, bro. That was cool to see that. Hey, yo, actually, I do kind of want to share something. Like, my lady got her daughter enrolled in soccer, and man, it's cool watching kids try something new and then really like it, feel good about it. So like,
Yeah, yeah,
we was out at the park playing soccer, man, and yo, it's one thing when kids are just playing, man, but it's another thing when you see some talent actually being put into that play, and it's like, oh
yeah,
shit, it's eye opening. Like, yo, that's kind of cool. So just kind of something we spoke about last week, y'all. We was talking about a little bit with our children, trying new things, and um, just kind of opening their mind to, like, I was saying, example, like with my son, I had him in guitar lessons, I had him in coding club, I had him in parkour. Open them up to different possibilities. Just kind of I want to reiterate that a little bit. Just put them out there, expose them to these things. Expose their mind, expose their heart, expose their body to physicality, to working out, to going for a really long walk or a bike ride or playing some sort of sport or something. That shit is cool, man, and that's empowering to that soul, man, within, because when you feel challenged and you overcome it, you feel like you can do anything, man, and that applies to the heart, the mind, and the body. So just
yeah,
one more time, y'all. Just go ahead and be willing to do that, because I got to see that this week too, man. And
yeah,
so just everybody in my circle right now is just doing good. It's cool to see that shit. Put a
yeah.
smile on my face for real.
More reason to smile, man. Keep it going. Keep it
Yeah.
going. Don't only smile at your own situation. Smile at pay attention to the people around you, man.
Oh
Make sure
yeah.
they're doing good. Make sure you share. You keep the energy going. You know what, Hector? Before I know you was touching on earlier in the show. You was touching on the um the Napoleon Hill
Yeah.
master key, right?
Hmm.
And we're gonna be closing out in like less than 15 minutes, so I want to just finish there, like somewhere in here, because
Yeah.
I actually would like to anybody who's interested in personal growth. That's like my love Jones for learning. Like I love self growth things. Like so, if you're interested, check it out. It's on YouTube. Napoleon Hill, the Master Key is 13 chapters. He has it all in one compilation,
Hmm.
and he just really dropping some like really like good gems there. And I know Hector actually got to listen further in than I have. Which is funny because I think I listened to three, and I said like, yo, Hector, listen to number two, and then what I mean, whatever. He just kept running with it. You wanna fill me in on number eight? You was telling me about number eight.
Yeah, man. Number eight. So the reason why number eight resonated with me so well is because he mentioned a lot about enthusiasm. You have to be enthusiastic. And as you all could tell, man, by now, if you guys are watching us, you guys are following us, you could tell Frankie's one enthusiastic ass dude, man. This is a guy that has always got a smile, has got that energy in his voice. And so number eight resonated with me well because that's who my accountability partner is. This is a very enthusiastic guy. And so listening to all of that kind of really just kind of chimed the bell, like, oh shit, if this is something that's being spoken about way back, you know what I mean, this has got to be true to some degree in forms of achieving success and opening your mind to the possibility of having more, of what it is that you desire, because I have my accountability partner here who's able to do that. Um, and like you said to me, Frank, we're doing these things just in our natural day, but we're not doing them with
Intention, yeah,
intention. So imagine if we apply that intention to actually something we want. So like, again, going back to the example with my story, my intention is one day to get a story out. And yeah, it's cool to write them and get all that shit going. But if I put some intention behind it, with editing and making sure that I am really doing my homework with publishing. Maybe trying to consider ideas for illustrations to kind of help create some sort of narrative that, oh, this might be something I could follow. I kind of like that. Whatever your thing is, if you put some intention behind it and that enthusiasm, as Napoleon Hill was discussing in that particular chapter, uh, like you'll see it. You can see it for yourself, and a lot of times they say seeing is believing, right? And so again, I get to come up on here. I get to do this podcast. I get to talk to Frank more than a couple times a week about his personal business. I get our Thankful Thursdays group. Like I see it happening right in front of me. And then I hear this gentleman talking about it, and it's just like, yo, we're doing that already. And that shit's crazy to me. It's cool because it's like we're on this path and we know it's a good path because we feel good about it. We're getting some good feedback on it. You know what I'm saying? There's my partner and I are able to reciprocate well and kind of continue to deliver. And having that spoken from a gentleman that I think he also mentioned that a lot of what he had been doing in that particular piece, again, the master key, Napoleon Hill, he talked a lot about how Andrew Carnegie had
What's it?
wanted him his mentor, right?
That was
Like
his
he wanted
mentor.
him
Yeah.
to really just like learn and then figure out a way to deliver it. And so that was kind of Napoleon Hill's mission was to be able to deliver. And he says it in there, y'all, that not only will he show you and tell you what the master key is, he's going to give it to you. And one of the most incredible pieces that I think it was like maybe chapter 4 or 5 somewhere in there, he was talking about how, unlocking the mind, unfortunately, it's only going to happen when the mind is ready. Like, and that comes true to anything, So like, if you're not ready to hear it, you're not going to do nothing with it. But to have been able to go into chapter 1, and again, I'm not finished. I plan on finishing very soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish that this week, man. I think so. I
So,
think I'm gonna get through it this week.
yeah, and I appreciate you sharing that with me, bro. Because like, again, just hearing it every chapter, I'm like, yo, we're doing some of that. We're doing all of that. We're doing this shit.
Yeah,
That I took it as an affirmation. I took that whole thing I listened to over an hour of so far as an affirmation to be like, yo, I'm on a path,
you're on the path.
and it's a
Yeah,
good one. It's a good one, you know.
that's exactly how I felt when I started watching the first one. I was like, and then it was something. I think it was something in chapter 2 that was like, yeah, this sounds like me and Hector, yo. And I was like, I need Hector to listen to this.
Mm,
But yo, what back to what Hector was saying about the intentionality, right? I'm gonna give you guys a quick story about intentionality and the difference in it, right? So the young lady I'm talking about bringing on the show, one of these near weeks, Joy Isley. Me and her learn the same way, right? We both feel that we learn best the same way. We learn best when we get to be hands on and somebody's showing us, like, you know what I mean, how to do it. And it's something that Joy recognizes as her strength, and me is just like, I know that's the way I learn, but I still be willing to like listen to anything. Now, the difference between me and Joy's more intentional with her learning. Like this is the way I learn best. This is the way I want to learn. Like, so when you're ready to teach me in this manner. That's Joy's attitude. She wants to get straight to the point. She wants to learn it as fast as she can. Whereas opposed to me, I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna sit into you. I'm gonna sit in and listen no matter, even if I know this ain't my way, like I'm gonna sit in and listen. So because she's intentional, she saves a lot more time and gets straight to the point. Because I'm less intentional, I waste a lot of time. You know what I mean? And I probably spend a little more money too.
yeah,
Intention, man, it's a beautiful thing. We got to get intentional. And
yep.
you know what? I really hope that finish watching those videos. It makes it more clear on the actions that we're really taking, so that we can be more intentional about it. Like, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Instead of saying like, one of the things you talked about was, getting in a little circle of masterminds. I feel like I've been in a circle of masterminds. I got my accountability partner here. I got my lady. You know what I'm saying? But we never spoke it as this is a mastermind. Like, you guys are helping me build myself up. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm gonna help you guys build yourself up and whatever it is you guys are doing. Like, I mean well for you when I tell you something. You mean well for me. Like, good, no matter if it's good or bad. Like, you telling me for my benefit.
Yep.
So
So I'm gonna speak on that too. So gosh, episode 1, episode 2, maybe. And then just a little while ago in this episode here, he talked about the ego. Um, and I really believe that, everybody out there are pretty afraid of the ego. They are talking about kill the ego, don't have the ego.
Yeah, I
Don't
heard
let it
that
don't
too
let it
before.
survive. I disagree because as far as the ego goes, man, like I really feel like, you know what I mean, if we take the opportunity to um really kind of center ourselves with understanding what the ego is, y'all, the ability to master it means that you can kind of keep your self importance and your self centeredness intact, because we often put ourselves, we stretch ourselves thin sometimes, man, or sometimes we don't give ourselves enough credit. Sometimes we are very harsh with our word to ourselves. And so it just kind of what basically comes down to is just having an understanding of your own voice, your own identity, your own value, and all that, while just kind of respecting that of others as well. That's what the ego is kind of intentional for. You have to use that tool to be able to take a critique well without letting your head get too big or deflated. So mastering your ego will allow you to master much of your negative emotions, those deep, deep, debilitating sorrows, or those really rage and filled anger. Like, mastering the ego will allow you to not enter those really uncontrollable emotions, because mastering emotion is a sign of intelligence. That's why they call it emotional intelligence. Um, and so all this, you have to know your own value, because you're going to run into life where a lot of people are going to want to kind of put a price tag on you. And a lot of that's going to come behind with your own purpose, your own intentionality, your level of likability. Hell, if you just are always aggressive, no one's going to want to kind of talk to you, kind of thing. And they mention that as well in the master key. You have to be humbled, but still interesting, and not, you don't have to go out of your way to have some super college degree, have 6 different degrees, your master's, doctorates, all. You don't have to have all that to be successful. You just got to be someone that's got an idea that's sound. You have to be approachable, so you've got to be willing to approach people and let them approach you too. And a lot of that comes through mastering your emotion, mastering your ego, and having a hell of a lot of intentionality behind your word. Again, the 4 agreements, again, be impeccable with your word. So what you say, if you say something, you should mean it. Don't speak ill with anything, always be open-minded, have that perspective, and be ready for it to come back to you. That's the part that's most critical, because you don't learn when you're talking, we learn when we're listening. So if we can do that, all of us, we can achieve a lot. And so just keep that in mind, y'all.
Yeah, yeah. The ego is always a deep rabbit hole
Yeah.
because it's so many like aspects to it. But killing the ego, I agree, man. That's not that shouldn't be the aim. Like it's more so like getting in alignment with your ego, like just because ultimately what it is uh a scenario or a situation comes up and you feel 2 ways about it. You get what I'm saying? One side is telling you yes, the other side is telling you no. If that ever happens to you, you're not in alignment. You get what I'm saying? That's all that really is, and that's where the you get these 2 voices from, these 2 decisions you got to make. And I mean, ultimately, life is the decision we make. We are, we're really more so the decisions we make. You know what I mean? But it's just you want to get your ego more in alignment because there's a lot of benefits to the ego too. It's not something to be afraid of. It's something that protected you in a time when you needed protection in the way that it knew how to protect you best. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah. Yep.
just about appreciating uh, um, the protection it gave for the time period that it gave, recognizing that it's those protections aren't needed anymore, and
Hmm.
letting it go. You know
Yep.
what I mean? So that you could step into your a better your better
A
self, a
better
higher
you.
you.
Yep.
That's
Hell
it.
yeah. So man,
But
It's crazy, Frank. Yo, that hour just, man, it
It always,
comes and
man.
goes, bro. Flies. So, um, but yeah, man, it's always a blessing to be up on here talking with you, bro. My mind is always ready to learn more, to hear more, to share. It's a good feeling to be able to kind of constantly do that with you consistently.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
and so all of you out there, we really appreciate again what you've done so far, and what you're gonna do. We like to be consistent. I'm pretty sure you all have a very healthy degree of consistency in your own lives too. And so thank you for being a part of ours with this podcast. Um, as for the logo, Frank, like Frank said, we're probably going to keep that going for another week. So maybe by the time you guys are able to hear this episode, um, it's ready. We'll see. No promises, but we promise it will get done. There's a
And looking
lot
like a
of
C right now.
yeah, yeah. C's killing the competition, y'all. So we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. Um, but yeah, bro. I don't know, man. I think we were good, bro.
Yes,
So
sir.
I think we
You
want
close
to
that
do.
out with the lines, man?
Yeah, I closed it out. So shit for all of y'all who came through and let us ball some time. See you next week on Peace of Your Mind. That's it.